going to do a quick once-over on the possible air leaks from the regulator to the tip of this Hobart 140 welder. Just because I've got the cover off, and if you needed to take the cover off and just see the innards of this thing, it'd be a great time for you to see it without having to take your stuff apart. Alright, so there's this here. This is a barbed fitting. It's got a spring clamp on it. This was the cotton rope that it came on it for the factory. And then over here is a screw-in piece. This little piece right here just screws in. It's nothing fancy. A barbed clear fitting. Runs all the way over here. And this runs to a distribution block, which is just behind the lead here. And that's basically the internals of this welder. There's nothing real fancy. A lot of people have had issues with this particular solenoid. Now, if you take this big nut off the back, I don't know if you can see that in an angle. There's a big nut right here, black one. You get the brass out, get that big nut off, pull these two off and back, pull that off, and then pull the two little screws off here. Once this piece is apart on the bench, you'll see there's a plunger in there, and it's spring loaded, spring shut. When power is this coils and electromagnetic, it pulls the plunger back out and lets air flow. I've already tested this one. It works fine. There should be about 115, 120 volts right there when it's actuated. No big deal. Sorry, the cat is hitting the tripod. It's also worth noting that this is the primary windings. If you go across those two, that's where you get hurt. It's got, other windings right there, and one really big capacitor. You'll look, if this thing fails, this capacitor, you'll look for leakage down here. And you see mine's just as dry as a bone, but if you're looking for it, this will leak. When these things fail, they pop, they go boom. And then there's actually a little drive motor. Let me get this down right there. That is your main drive motor. It is geared to drive your wire out. While we're here, I want to mention, this is where you service your welder, right here. This is your main wire change. Your distribution for your gas is in here. Your motor drive, all that is right here. Your traditional welding carts have a bar right here, just channel iron bar. And you have to lift this every time. And if you ever have to service it, you have to get the screws, which are under whatever piece runs in front. And these welders have a curved front end for airflow. When it pulls air in, that airflow, that curved piece doesn't always fit because it makes this a little bit longer. I'm going to recommend that if you build a welding cart, which you should as a project, if you buy a welder, you should build your own cart. Start out with a store-bought one, either modify it or build a new one. Tip your welder sideways like I've done, so it's sliding. A tendency is to slide that way. You can easily open and close it, and with it leaning back, it's right there. The other thing is, if I ever need to lift this up and pull it out and do something with it, carry the welder somewhere, I don't have to lift it out of a channel that is running right across here. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Let me know if you have any other questions about your Hobart 140 ish style welders. Really had a lot of luck with this one. Been real happy with it, and yeah, need to know anything about these. We own it. Thank you.